Cayetano Pia, Senator De La Rosa, Senator Ejercito, Senator Escudero, Senator Estrada, Senator Gatchalian, Senator Go, Senator Ontiveros, Senator Lapid, Senator Legarda, Senator Marcos, Senator Padilla, Senator Pimentel, Senator Poe, Senator Revilla, Senator Tolentino, Senator Tulfo, Senator Villanueva, Senator Villar Cynthia, Senator Villar Mark, the Senate President.
With 19 senators present, the chair declares the presence of a quorum. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, before we proceed, may we just acknowledge some guests from the gallery, guests of our Senate President Zubiri, members of the American Chamber of Commerce, Mindanao chapter headed by its President, Dr. Jocelyn Catampo. Also with us, guests of Senator Legarda, officials of the National Archives of the Philippines, and NCCA Chair Victorino Manalo. Also with us, Mr. President, guests of this representation, and Senator Grace Poe, Angkas Head, George Royeca is here, together with our good friend from California, Mr. Ray Rolly. We welcome all of them in this August chamber, Mr. President.
Yes, welcome to the Senate, to your Philippine Senate. Welcome.
Mr. President, at this juncture, I move that we dispense with the reading of the Journal of the 59th Session, Tuesday, March 5, 2024, and consider the same as approved.
There being no objection to the motion, the motion is approved.
Mr. President, I move that we proceed with the reference of business.
There being no objection, we ask Secretary to proceed with the reference of business.
Message from the House of Representatives. Letter from the House dated 5 March 2024, transmitting to the Senate a copy of Resolution number 210. Resolution respectfully requesting His Excellency President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., the Honorable Senate President Juan Miguel F. Zubiri, and the Honorable Speaker Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez to attend the first ever Nuclear Energy Summit to be held in Brussels, Belgium, hosted by His Excellency Prime Minister Alexander De Croo of the Kingdom of Belgium, His Excellency President Emmanuel Macron of France, and International Atomic Energy Agency Director General Rafael Mariano Grossi on March 21, 22, 2024 as official delegates of the Republic of the Philippines, which was adopted by the House on February 21, 2024.
To the Committee on Rules.
Bills on first reading, Senate number 2588, an act to expand the coverage of the National Feeding Program in public schools and public daycare centers, amending for the purpose sections 4A and 4B of Republic Act number 11037 by Senator Ejercito.
To the Committees on Basic Education, Youth and Finance.
2589, an act establishing the National Coastal Greenbelt Management Action Plan, providing funds therefore and for other purposes, Senator Villanueva.
To the Committees on Environment and Finance.
Resolutions, proposed Senate Resolution number 952, resolution directing the appropriate Senate Committee to conduct an inquiry on reported deaths linked to unauthorized use of intravenous glutathiones, Senator Binay.
To the Committee on Health and Demography.
953, resolution directing the appropriate Senate Committee to conduct an inquiry into the propriety of allowing civilians to own semi-automatic rifles, Senator Marcos.
Committee on Justice, Public Order, and Dangerous Drugs.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, this juncture, I move that we consider proposed Senate Resolution number 934. This is the resolution commending our very own.
Before I act on that motion, I'd just like to correct for the record, we had 20 senators that answered the roll together, including Senator Bongo, was right behind taking photos earlier. So he was still inside the plenary.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
President.
Please proceed. My apologies.
Mr. President, our Deputy Minority Leader, Senator Risa, is also seeking the floor. I move that she be recognized, Mr. President.
Yes, our distinguished Senate Deputy Minority Floor Leader, Senator Risa.
Salamat kaayo, Mr. President, at salamat sa Majority Leader. Inquiry lang po kasi kanina na pag-usapan po namin ni Minority Leader, and I'm sure he can hear me now. Nabilang po ba sa role si Senator Pia Cayetano?
Yes,
Alright.
she was included, ma'am.
Salamat kaayo, Mr. President, kasi yun yung pinag-usapan din with Minority Leader earlier.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. President, at this juncture, I move that we consider proposed Senate Resolution number 934. This is the resolution, again, commending our very own Senate Lady Defenders. I so move, Mr. President.
There be no objection. Motion's approved.
May we ask the Secretary to read the title of the measure.
Secretary, please proceed.
Resolution commending and congratulating the members of the Senate Lady Defenders team for winning the silver medal in the UNTV Volleyball League.
Mr. President, to sponsor the measure, I move that we recognize the Senate Committee Chairperson of the Senate Committee on Sports, Senator Christopher Bongo. I so move, Mr.
Our
President.
distinguished Chairperson of the Committee on Sports, Senator Christopher Bongo, is recognized.
Mr. President and distinguished colleagues, as chairman of the Committee on Sports and team manager of one of the team managers of the Senate Lady Defenders, it is my privilege and honor to sponsor Senate Resolution number 934, congratulating the members of the Senate Lady Defenders for winning the silver medal in the UNTV Volleyball League Season 1. Sila po yung runner-up. Ang Sentinels naman po ni Senator Angara at ni Senator Joel ang gold medalist sa UNTV basketball. I also congratulate all the coaching staff and support staff. Gusto ko rin pong personal na bigyang pagpupugay lahat ng team members. Nandirito po sila ngayon sa likod who participated and exhibited exemplary performance and teamwork while competing against teams representing government agencies throughout the tournament. The Lady Defenders composed of team captain Jamilin Dili-Dili and co-captain Marvy Ann Felipe and Marla Katrina Karandang. Marie Sheila Cecilio, Candice Cerezo, Miss Feme Rexy Gallares, Rachel Inid, Jewel Hannah Lai, Mary Joy Oho, Grace Palabrica, Joanne Pangilinan, Ellen Pantonosa, Francia Torres Roque, Catherine Villegas, Karina Deliosa, and Jessica Mariel Binluan. In light of Women's Month this March, we celebrate the triumph of these women who exhibited the exemplary performance in the UNTV tournament. Maraming salamat din po sa ating mga kasamahan dito sa Senado na sumuporta po sa ating volleyball team. Selebrasyon po ito selebrasyon ito ng kakayahan at galing ng kababaihan sa larangan ng sports. I would also like to acknowledge my co-team manager, Miss Maricel Tungol. Si daughter, no? Anak. She's the daughter of our colleague Senator Rafi Tulfo. Siya rin po isa sa mga team manager. Kinikilala ko din po natin ang ating coaching staff, Head Coach Rogelio Gorayev, Assistant Coaches Clint Malaso, Allen Albert de Guzman, Janica Lane Lai, Melin Santa Sera. Of course, to the team coordinator, Brenda Cuentas, and lastly, ang ating support staff, Ria Joy Juanitas Ladublan, Elvis Joseph Diaz, and Rainer Espiritu. Because of their team effort, the Senate of the Philippines had its first ever podium finish in the UNTV Volleyball League. At magbubukas na po ngayong linggo na to. Sana po ay maging champion na tayo, ang ating lady team. Mr. President, isa pong karangalan ang mapabilang sa Senate Defenders. I would like to give credit where credit is due. Gusto ko rin pong bigyang pagpupugay ang kanilang naging katunggali sa tournament na ito. AFP Lady Gunner, PNP Lady Patrollers, DFA Emissaries, Judiciary Justice Servers, and Ombudsman Graph Busters. Nais ko rin pong magpasalamat sa organizers ng UNTV Volleyball League led by Kuya Daniel Rason. At hindi lang po sa volleyball, pati po sa basketball, open division, including the executive division. Ang dami pong natutuwa and it promotes camaraderie. Sa pamamagitan ng mga sports tournament kagaya nito, mas maingganyo natin ang ating mga kababayan na bigyan ng importansya ang sports. The UNTV Cup, originally conceptualized by Kuya Daniel Rason and dubbed as Liga ng mga Public Servants, has always been known for its charitable work through sports like basketball. Now the spirit of charity and sportsmanship has been expanded to include the field of volleyball dahil uso na po ngayon ang volleyball, no? Dahil sa panalo natin sa tournament na ito, makakatulong din tayo sa ating chosen beneficiary, ang ating Senate Spouses Foundation Incorporated, led by Ma'am Audrey Zubiri. Nakakataba po ng puso na sa ating panalo ay may matutulungan po tayo. The remarkable silver medal win of the Senate team with the support of all the staff and personnel rallying behind them has brought pride and honor to the esteemed institution. Para po ito sa buong Senado. Congratulations. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Senator Christopher Bongo. Congratulations to our silver medalist. Next year, dapat try natin yung gold. Dagdagan daw ng budget, Mr. Secretary, sabi niya.
Mr. President,
Yes, please.
may I be allowed, Mr. President, to just give a short co-sponsorship speech, Mr. President?
Yes, please proceed.
Mr. President, we are proud and privileged to be co-sponsor of proposed Senate Resolution number 934, congratulating and commending our Senate Lady Defenders team for their outstanding performance in the first season of UNTV Volleyball League. They represented our institution, Mr. President, in the league among other government agencies and achieved the extraordinary feat of winning the silver medal. Mr. President, as an athlete myself, we truly enjoy and admire seeing the determination, passion, and discipline exhibited by our fellow athletes here in the Senate, and even more so, Mr. President, when their sportsmanship is further accompanied by their desire to help others for a cause. Kaya naman po natutuwa tayo sa statement ng kanilang team captain ni Senate Legislative Staff Officer Jamie Lynn Dili-Dili. Manalo ka kahit ano yung maging place mo dyan, makakatulong ka pa rin. Tunay po na naisabuhay, Mr. President, ng Senate Lady Defenders ang diwa ng paglilingkod sa ating bayan. Muli, sinasamahan po natin ang principal author of the measure, Senator Bongo, para i-congratulate ang ating Lady Defenders and Senate staff team. Pinangungunahan ni Captain Dili-Dili, Marla Katrina Carandang, Candice Cerezo, Karina De Leosa, Jamie Lynn Dili-Dili, Marvian Felipe, Famirexi Galyares, Rachel Inid, Mary Joy Ojo, Joanne Pangilinan, Ellen Pantanosas, Francia Torres Roque, and Jessica Vinluan, alongside import players Jewel Hannah Lai, Catherine Villegas, Marie Sheila Cecilio, and Grace Falabrica, and Coach Roger Gorayev. Mabuhay po kayo at muli sa inyong mga kasamahan dito sa Senado, we are proud of you. Maraming salamat, Ginoong Pangulo, and may God bless us all. Mr. President, Senator Revilla would also like to insert into the records, Mr. President, his co-sponsorship speech.
Yes, we take note of that.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, no member Mr. President, Senator Jinggoy Estrada would also like to insert into the records his co-sponsorship speech.
We take note of that.
Mr. President, no member wishes to interpolate or ask any questions in the proposed propose any amendments to this particular measure. I now move that we adopt proposed Senate Resolution number 934, subject to stand, Mr. President.
There being no objection, the motion is approved. The resolution is hereby adopted.
Mr. President, with the permission of the body, I move that all members of the Senate be made authors of this resolution.
We take note of that, dear colleague.
Mr. President, may I ask for a minute suspension?
Before we proceed to a minute suspension, we're also going to, I'll be making a donation to the POC, a personal donation on their golf tournament, which is going to benefit the athletes that are leaving for Paris Olympics. So I'll request the Secretary, your two top, kasi we'll have two top golf players. Meron ba tayong mga galing na golfers dito sa Senado, golf team para mapadala natin dun sa tournament na yan. So we now like to, meron ba dito sa mga senador na magaling sa golf? Bong? Ibang golf? Ibang holes? Golf. One hole kaya. Therefore, to allow the sentinels to come up here to take their resolution, the defenders, sorry, Defenders. We pause for 1 Senate minute.